Benny Blanco from the Bronx Carbon White. I am right back with another football video, and this is a recap really about the Champions League that has started, and the first matches in the Champions League happened Tuesday night, and we had pretty much some games going the way we expected, others producing surprises, and others were absolute bangers. Yeah, so of course we did match reaction of the Arsenal against Bilbao, against Athletic Club in Bilbao, going there, getting the 3 points, making sure that they are staying on pace or on course to make it into the top 8 to have an automatic qualification into the last 16 and avoid the playoffs, where you never know, surprises can happen. You would end up probably having a very big team, a very bad team. Is it bad team really? A very good team that could knock you out from the knockout stages. So since we already have that video out, you can watch it on this YouTube channel. We'll get a roundup of other matches that happened last night in the Champions League, even as we gear up for the matches that will be on tonight, because even tonight we have big ones that are coming up. So we will be here to have a look at them and also have some comments or views about those specific matches. So that said, there was a match against Real Madrid and Olympique Marseille from France at the Bernabeu in Spain. So this one, we expected Real Madrid to steamroll over Marseille, but it wasn't as easy as maybe it looks on paper. Of course, you know, Real Madrid are star-studded, but then again, heading into that match, it was 1-1 for some time, and Marseille were looking likely to be the ones that are going to win this one. But of course, there were some also like dangerous attacks from the Real Madrid side, having Kylian Mbappe coming in clutch to score. He scored his 50th goal for Real Madrid last night, so he's on pace to become one of those like big scorers of Real Madrid, and you only expect him to do more. And of course, if he's supposed to be in those Champions League, like Ballon d'Or conversations, he needs to be winning trophies for Real Madrid. So that said, there was an incident where Trent Alexander-Arnold, I don't know what's up with him. He got off the match, and he could probably be missing the game against Liverpool because they play Liverpool next at Anfield. So Dani Carvajal comes in, doesn't play that much, and then he gets himself stupidly sent off by headbutting the Marseille goalkeeper in the face, the nose. I don't know, like it was reminiscent of what Zinedine Zidane did to Materazzi of Italy during the World Cup finals in 2006. Yeah, and that was a stupid sending off, if you ask me. The ref hadn't seen it. He was sent to the VAR, and there was only one decision that would come out of it. So he got red carded, and then at that point it was still 1-1, and then now Real Madrid got a penalty. For me, I felt like that was a bit of a harsh penalty, if you ask me. And I have a soft spot for Real Madrid. If you ask me, the team that I support in Spain, that would be Real Madrid. So for the penalty that they got, it was pretty damning, if you ask me. That wasn't in any case intentional or anything, but it felt like we were just looking at it by following the letter of the law, that that kind of a handball is a handball, and they got a penalty and scored. So they ended up winning that game 2-1. And then Tottenham wins 1-0, and there's not so much that you could take out of that game, because when it's like Villarreal gifted Tottenham the goal. Yeah, because you can look at the match in terms of even from the point where the goal was scored, and what, the minute it was scored, and the game still ended up like 1-0. You see, like you're conceding very early, and then the game ends up just by that one stupid goal that was let in. So for me, I felt it was kind of a lackluster maybe kind of game, but eventually it's the 3 points that count for Tottenham. So Tottenham cruising, getting their 3 points and looking very good. They're looking very good. But looking very good in terms of the results, not in terms of the game. It was a hard watch for any Tottenham fan. I think it's one of those that are forgettable. Or maybe you look back and then you're like, we won against this team, and it's the win that counts, of course, and you remember, you won. But if people are kind of like remembering how you played, I felt like that was a hard watch. That was a very hard watch. And then, of course, the surprise of the evening, we had PSV, losing at home against it's called Union Saint Gillois or Gillois, Union SG. Let me just say Union SG. They lost 3 goals to what? 3 goals to 1. At home. And you're thinking like, okay, could this be one of those seasons where we have like surprises, like one of those smaller teams that are coming in and causing a bit of a problem, that they could potentially find themselves in not necessarily the top 8. That would be pushing it a bit far. So you're looking at that, and then also maybe making it into the top 24, so that they probably end up playing in the playoffs, preparing for the playoffs, like getting ready to move forward to the next phase. So there was also a match between Qarabag against Benfica, of which Qarabag took the day, winning 3-2 away again to Benfica. So this was a bit of a surprise, because you are expecting Benfica, who is a seasoned player in the Champions League, that they would do well against such an opponent as Qarabag, because Qarabag is essentially probably a Europa League kind of team. But they did pull a win out of the bag and won this, secured this. The most interesting match that happened last night was Borussia Dortmund away at Juventus in Turin, Italy. That game, for me, I felt like it was a bit 50-50, and boy, did it live up to the 50-50 tag, because I couldn't make it in my mind who is going to win this game. And then it turned out that nobody won. but it was the most entertaining match of the night. Borussia Dortmund going 1-0 up, Juventus equalizing, Borussia Dortmund scoring a second, Juventus equalizing, Borussia Dortmund scoring a third and a fourth, and then you're thinking that this one now is done, and then Juventus comes back from 4-2 to draw that game 4-4. That was a really entertaining match. It was a good advertisement for the Champions League. But of course, for the teams that are playing, it was what? Very not shocking, like terrifying, if you ask me. So probably it was a crazy game. I think Vlahovic and both sets of teams in their post-match interviews, they were talking about how crazy that game was. So ended up 4-4, securing a draw in the first match. But of course, for both teams, they'll really have to get their act together, because in this league phase, you need to be securing wins, because if you're not, you could be separated by like small margins, could kick you out of the direct qualifications. So with that said, one thing I observed in the post-match interviews, I don't know, it feels like the Champions League is very, and especially Champions League media is very English. Yeah, so you're looking at post-match interviews, and the Juventus coach and players, and even Dortmund players and coach are like, you could see like they're struggling to speak English to give their comments or anything. So for me, I think they really need to be a bit considerate, even if it's getting an interpreter to speak about what these people are talking about in their most comfortable language. It would be very, very effective. Yeah, so that was day one, week 1 in the Champions League. Of course, Union Saint-Gilloise are top. Are they top? Yes, they are top, number 1, with 3 points, 2 goal difference, one win, 0 loss, no draw. Arsenal are second again in both competitions, in the English Premier League and the UEFA Champions League. So we wait for tonight. We have big games that are coming up our way. I don't know which one is bigger for you, but some tasty matches will